The chair now recognizes Mr. Alex Epstein for his testimony.
Thank you for inviting me to testify. I want to begin by challenging the basic assumption of this hearing, which is that the US government is harming Americans and the world by giving unjust preferences to the highly destructive oil and gas industry. I believe this is 100% wrong. I will make the case that the US government is actually harming America and the world by giving unjust punishments to the incredibly life-giving oil and gas industry. If we can liberate this industry, America and the world will be far better places to live. What has led me to the conclusion that the oil and gas industry is life-giving and persecuted? It is not any financial relationship with the industry. I came to all my views before I even knew anyone from that industry. My conclusion came from my background as a philosopher. As a philosopher, I believe passionately in objective thinking methods. One crucial thinking method is full impact thinking. This means that when we are evaluating an industry, like oil and gas or solar, we look carefully at the full impact, positive and negative, of that industry. When I decided to look at the full impact of the oil and gas industry myself, without the bias of most media and politicians, I found that the positive impacts far, far outweighed the negative impacts and will continue to do so for generations to come. What are the positives of the oil and gas industry? Along with the coal industry, the other part of the fossil fuel industry, they are the only industry that can, in the near future, produce the low-cost, reliable energy that 8 billion people need to survive and flourish, to live to their highest potential. Unreliable solar and wind can't come close to fossil fuels. That's why globally, fossil fuel use is 4 times all other energy use combined, and why oil, gas, and coal use is exploding in the developing world. How positive is the impact of an industry that produces low-cost, reliable energy for billions of people? If you care about human life, nothing is more positive. Energy is the industry that powers every other industry. The lower cost energy is, the lower cost everything is. Low-cost, reliable energy produced by the fossil fuel industry has made humanity so productive that since 1980, the fraction of people living in extreme poverty, less than $2 a day, has gone from more than 4 in 10 to less than 1 in 10. Now, fossil fuel CO2 emissions have contributed to the warming of the last 170 years, but that warming has been mild and easily masterable, 1 degree Celsius, mostly in the colder parts of the world. And life on Earth thrived when CO2 levels were more than 5 times today's. Fossil fuels have actually made us far safer from climate by providing low-cost energy for the amazing machines that protect us against storms, protect us against extreme temperatures, and alleviate drought. That's why the rate of climate-related disaster deaths from extreme temperatures, droughts, wildfires, storms, and floods, has decreased by 98% over the last century. The global leader of the life-giving fossil fuel industry is the highly innovative US oil and gas industry, which has helped billions of people climb out of poverty and can help billions more if our government stops unjustly punishing it. While the focus of this hearing is the alleged unfair preferences that the US oil and gas industry gets, the full impact of our energy and environmental policies is to unjustly punish the oil and gas industry via numerous prohibitions on development, along with mandates and exorbitant subsidies for wind and solar. This administration and Congress promised to make the situation far worse by punishing the US oil and gas industry to the point of trying to eliminate it, which would cause skyrocketing energy prices, which means the mass destruction of American industry and jobs. Punishing US oil and gas even more than we already do will harm America and harm most of the world by preventing billions from having lower cost, more reliable energy. The only people it won't harm are the leaders of dictatorships that seek to overtake America, such as China. China has a clear strategy of running its economy on fossil fuels while encouraging others to run on inferior, unreliable solar and wind that is made using Chinese fossil fuels, which produce 85% of China's energy. In 2020, China added 38 gigawatts of coal plants and has 247 gigawatts, enough to power 3 Texases, in development, all designed to last 40 plus years. America is not being a leader by punishing our ultra-productive oil and gas industry and rewarding the China-based unreliable solar and wind industry. We are being a sucker whose economy and security will collapse. It's not too late to change course. If we liberate every energy industry, including oil, gas, coal, and nuclear, America can make the world a better place to live and continue being a prosperous and secure country for generations to come. Thank you.